Hey guys! I figured I would get on here because I'm burning time anyway, and I wanted kind of something to do. So how are you guys? It's Angela. If you guys don't know, today I am exactly 27 days postpartum. So that's been fun. I can't really angle you down too much because I have my haka on. But I'm sitting here pumping milk or whatever, collecting milk if you want to call it that. Because I'm sitting here, it's too early really for me to pick up my son from school, so I'm kind of just burning a little bit of time. The bean is asleep in his seat right now. I can see him. He's on the little camera right there, so I can see him that way. And then when he wakes up, I'm going to give him this, because I just got this. If you guys don't have a haka, you need to get a haka in your life. It's great. It's fantastic. Because my pump is all the way in my trunk, and I'm just not in a mood to go get it right now. Because it's way back there, and I just don't want to be bothered to go all the way back there and plug everything in. Today we had the baby's actual first doctor's appointment, and the reason why it took so long for us to get his appointment was because when I had him in my doctor's office, and as I had him in my doctor's office, I called the insurance company to get him added to the insurance policy, and then I was trying to schedule him his appointment, and every office I kept calling was like, no, sorry, he has to have his insurance card first because we're private, and we usually bill we used to be able to bill just my insurance for the first 30 days, and then it was fine. But I don't know, apparently things changed or something, some nonsense, who knows. So I had to wait for his insurance card to come in the mail, and his insurance card came in the mail last week. So he's almost 30 days old, and I'm just now getting him to his first newborn appointment. Great. But we went there today. Everything was perfectly fine. When he was born, he was 7 pounds 9 ounces, and then when we went to the appointment today, he was exactly 27 days, and he's 10 pounds and 10 ounces. And everything else is moving and grooving right on along. We got our referrals to go get his newborn hearing screening done. He had to get his PKG done again today for the second time. And then something else he had to get. Oh, and then we had to get a consultation to get a referral for urology to get a circumcision done. So I'm like, okay, cool, there's that. And then postpartum for me is going smooth. I feel basically right back to normal. I've honestly just been rocking and rolling really since I had him. Like when he was exactly, a week old, maybe 8 days old, I was already out and about and going right back into normal routine. The only, I would say, update I have postpartum wise for myself would be two things. One, my postpartum bleeding is non-existent at this point. It's fantastic. It's way different. It's night and day compared to what it was with my first son. And with my first son, I also had a C-section. This time around, it was a complete natural birth. Everything went perfect, and I was so happy. So bleeding this time around is basically it's stopped. It's there, but it's just kind of okay, yeah, you can't get away with not making sure you always have a pad on. My stitches, I had a 1st-degree tear, so my stitches are still obviously present. They are driving me nuts, honestly, because I guess of where the placement of them is not really a convenient location, I would say, because it's chafing my stitches are chafing, I guess. So there's one side that's really just tender and just driving me nuts, but there isn't really anything I could do about it, honestly, but put Duraplast on it. I've been spraying that, but I'm just it is what it is. But other than that, I feel really good. I do have tailbone pain, but I also had tailbone pain with my first son as well. I know with my first son I had it. My tailbone pain was absolutely excruciating with my first son. It was just a horrible experience first time around. This time around, I just have tailbone pain, but I don't know how to explain. It's different. It's different tailbone pain, if that makes any sense. With my son, it was more of my whole pelvic region was just horribly in pain. I couldn't sit for months right. Now, I can sit normal, but I can't, like, lean full, like, I can't lean back and sit, like, in a normal chair and sit up straight, because it really, really hurts, so I kind of have to sit at, like, a weird angle. And then I think I also irritated it the other day, because I was doing DoorDash the other day, and I walked over this lady's steps that she has, and I wasn't paying attention and didn't realize there was a second step, and completely just started walking straight and then almost face planted on her front step. She has it all on her Ring doorbell. I was going to ask her if she could send me that footage, but I was like, let me not bother this lady, because it was really funny. But I think that also really irritated the mess. Are you up now? I think it irritated the mess out of my my pelvis. So my tailbone is back to hurting again. I can still sit like a normal person, but it really hurts. If anybody has any tips for like tailbone pain, please send it my way, because yeah, your girl's dying. I really want to go see a chiropractor, but we're not going to Pennsylvania till a little while. So I can't go see my chiropractor. So I'm like, great, there's that. Because with my first son, the only thing that helped was seeing the chiropractor. Oh my gosh. After seeing the chiropractor, it was like night and day. And I was like, I could get a chiropractor down here, but I don't know. I doubt it if it'd be covered by insurance, unfortunately. Because I'm like, oh, that's like I don't know, a non-covered service. And I thought about asking my doctor if she could just give me like a physical therapy or a pelvic floor specialist. But we went through this last time, and the pelvic floor specialist was not covered by my insurance. That's why I didn't go towards the end to help with my sciatic nerve. So yeah, there's that. Look, he went right back to sleep, this little bean. It's 4:48 right now. I'm probably gonna wake him up in a minute because I have to change his diaper. I want to feed him again, make sure he's good. I really was actually debating about actually going into Lidl's because I have time. I've never been to Lidl's. And I'm right in their parking lot, and I really want to go, but like, I just need something to drink. That's really all I need. I have like this little snippet of a drink from earlier when I went to Popeyes from my frozen lemonade, but it's not doing nothing, y'all. But I don't know, postpartum this time around is so much smoother. I don't know if it's like a second kid thing or what, but like second time around, things are so much smoother. Just in general, like I actually sleep this time around. Sleeping, I get a lot more sleep than I ever did with my son. My first son, I just was constantly paranoid. This time around, I am not paranoid at all. I mean, like, I'm a little paranoid, but like I at least sleep. It doesn't keep me up worrying at night type of thing. But I don't know, maybe our kids are just like weird newborns. I don't know, they're all like super chill. They don't really cry. Like, it tricks you into wanting more. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Sorry, I'm watching these people in the parking lot back up, and homeboy straight almost crushed this Lexus that he almost smashed right into backing up. And I'm not sure where he thinks he's exiting, because there's not an exit over there, but whatever, not my business. But no, yeah, and then like just caring for a newborn second time around is so much easier for me. Like, I just know, I'm like, oh, he's hungry. Oh, he has gas. He's hurting. My husband's like, what? And I'm like, no, just give it a minute. And then sure enough, like, whatever I just told him happens. And he's like, oh, geez. I was like, yeah, I mean, I would hope I know our child. Our child by this point. I spend literally every waking, breathing second with this kid. So, like, I hope I know what's going on by now. And I had another drink in here. I did, but I literally just poured it out because I was like, it's probably bad. He's still sleeping, but I think he's gassed. Let's see. Do you guys want to see the bean? I'm going to take him out of his seat and finish feeding him. Oh, I have to go on Amazon too and get these vitamin D drops for him because he had his appointment and the doctor was like, make sure you give him these vitamin D drops, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, cool, bet. That probably would have been great to give him in his first, like, 10 days of life. You know, that would have been great, but that wasn't on the checklist, y'all. Wasn't on the checklist. All right, let's show you guys the bean. Hold on. I'm going to get him. Don't go anywhere. Give me a minute. I get out the car like a little old lady. Because, like I said, my tailbone still hurts. out here bugging me. Like, leave me alone, mommy. You want to eat? Yeah, I know you gotta be a little hungry. Oh, Beanie. I need your arm, baby. There we go. I gotta get in the car to actually get you out the car. I need your arm. Arm out of the car seat. Thank you. Hi, baby. Hello. Did you have a good nap? All right, guys. I am back. I'll show you in a second. Let me scooch my seat back. Scooch my seat back so I can actually show you guys how. And I close my door. Hello. Do you have a burp or some gas or anything? Here's Mr. Beanie. Are you gonna open your eyes, Beanie? Are you gonna open your eyes? Look at him. He's right here trying to go right back to sleep like he's not hungry. But if I put him back in his seat, you know he's gonna wake up. Oh, you have gas. You have gas? Is that what your issue is? Hi. You gonna get up? This kid. You gonna be up? Ooh, big yawns. Woo, baby. He has gas, guys. It's also because homeboy doesn't like to burp. Okay, let's see. While he's just chilling, let's pour this milk in here before he gets angry. This kid acts like he does not eat, ever. Alright. I'll give you 4 ounces, but I know you're probably not going to drink all this. See, this is what I was talking about with this bottle. It just doesn't get all of it. But if you're just storing milk, then it's not a big deal. Look, he went right back to sleep. What a chicken head. You gonna wake up, Beanie? Because I really have to change your bed. Good morning, Mr. Blue-eyed. Blue-eyed chicken nugget. He is like, woman, it is too bright. You're too loud. We ain't a fan. Say hi. Now that your eyes are open, are you going to keep them open? It's not going to keep them open. It's open. He was sleeping, guys. Are you done? No? He doesn't care. He's not fazed. Let's see if he'll eat. You want to eat? Yes? Oh, now you're up. Oh, my car's about to turn off. Yeah, I figured I'd feed him before I took him to go get his brother. Because then I'd have to have little Charlie in the car, and then he's going to be acting a fool and moving stuff and throwing stuff and saying he wants to eat. So, it's just easier to get everything out of the way before I pick up the second kid. So feed him, change him, get him sorted. And then when we go home, I am gonna make dinner. I think we're doing this. I'm gonna do a chicken Alfredo stir fry tonight for dinner. And then we have one load of laundry to do and something else. Oh, we have to pack. We have to pack for Pennsylvania. It's only we're only going up there for one night, but we have to stay in a hotel tomorrow because of where we're going isn't where my husband's from, so we can't just stay at the house up there. We're going to obviously go pick up our meat We ordered, I think, a quarter of a cow is what we ordered. It's either a quarter of a cow or a half of a cow, but I think it's a quarter of a cow because we're splitting it with our, with his mom. So there's that. But I don't know. Things are, and I had an interview this week, and then I have, I think, part 2 of the next interview, which is the next round of like the process. I think that's probably gonna be sometime next week, which is like the professional interview. I was supposed to have another interview tomorrow, but I don't know, the lady didn't answer. It was at a daycare, and the lady was like the director, but it was really awkward because I had mentioned to her, she was like, oh, do you want, she's like, I'd really like to do an interview this week. And I was like, okay, cool, great. I said, please let me know, you know, what time parameters you usually do the interviews in, so then I can figure that out and get a babysitter for the baby. And she would, and then like, so I sent her that question, and then she messages back and says, oh, let me know when you figure out a day for the sitter. And I'm like, what? Like, how am I supposed to know what time you have available if you don't tell me what your schedule is? So like, I had mentioned it to her, and then she just never replied to me. So I'm like, and I was like, I told her when I was free, and I was like, hey, I'm free tomorrow, you know, free at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock even, you know, and then she just didn't reply. So I don't know if she got really busy, or she found another candidate, or what, because she did not respond to me, which was strange, but it is what it is. She's a director. I understand preschools are busy. I do virtual work for a preschool as well, so I understand the day-to-day constraints of running a preschool. So I don't know. So there's that. And I had another interview scheduled, but I didn't actually do, it was like a weird video interview, but it was a one-way video interview, and it was just like a couple automated questions. And when I looked on a website that told me, you know, a bit more about the company, everyone kept saying, like, they all got the same message of, oh, we're really interested in having you as a candidate, and then it lets you do, and then it asks you to do the video interview, and then once you do the video interview, they never contact you again. So I was just like, no, it's okay. And I was like, it didn't seem like, based on their reviews anyhow, it didn't seem like maybe the best fit for me company-wise to work there. So I was like, no, it's okay, I will live. But I was really happy. I had some other money I kind of forgot about that I had, so I transferred that over, and then thank God all of my bills are paid for the rest of this month, because this postpartum period has been a little awkward, because this time around I was employed in the beginning of like my whole pregnancy up until April, literally April Fool's Day. My boss ended up laying me off on April Fool's Day, and so there's that, because the company we worked for at that time, they did some drastic changes to the payment structure that they provided to our company, which really hit my boss like major time. So he was forced obviously to, you know, get rid of unnecessary individuals, or, you know, that kind of thing, expenses as quickly as possible, like literally overnight type of stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, so I'm not mad about that. So that this time around is kind of a little awkward when it comes to payment. So I was doing Instacart, and I'm doing DoorDash to pay those, but obviously with this kind of like awkward period of me having the baby, and the baby's not quite old enough yet for me to be comfortable with him in this carrier I have, because I put him in it last week when I took him to get his birth certificate. He was just very fussy, and I felt like it was awkward, so I didn't, and I have like 3 different carriers, and the other one I have to like figure it out. It's like, it said it was really easy to figure out, and I don't know, when it comes to like mechanically inclined things, no, your girl is not, it's not there for me. I can explain anything to you, but like following step-by-step directions and diagrams and stuff, no, that wasn't meant for me. So there's that. But I'm really happy this time around. Things are like actually starting to go in a more positive direction, especially financially, because for a while there it was looking rough. It was looking very, very, very rough. It was looking rough, like we were almost having to take our kid out of school. So I was like, no, that's not, I told my husband, that's not happening. I was like, love you dearly, I said, but I can't handle both of these little boys together. I said, because he at least sleeps. My other son does not nap. And I was like, and he terrorizes his brother every waking, breathing second. And I said, and then if we were to have taken him out of school, then we would have had to, once I was employed, then I'd have to figure out what I was going to do with not one, but 2 beans and going to the bathroom with a toddler and that's obsessed with his brother is hard. I mean, I would have been able to figure it out, but it's just not ideal because our other son is thriving so well at school. It's like a private daycare, but they actually have like a curriculum that they follow, and he's writing his ABCs, he knows his numbers, like he knows as much as 5-year-old children do, and he is 2. He'll be 3 October 10th. So I don't know, this postpartum period it's been much better because, like I said, at first it started off really good, and then we got a lot of bills due all at once, kind of out of nowhere. So that really threw a wrench in things. So now it's really looking much better financially. I'm also just trying to get my virtual work that I usually do, trying to get that stuff done, so then I don't have to keep doing Instacart and DoorDash. I enjoy doing it, but with a newborn right now, it's just not ideal. Good job, Bean. So, there's that. Like, he tried to go right back to sleep, but he ate. He just chugged 2 ounces of milk. Basically 3. This kid eats like I don't feed him. And I was like, I know for a fact you eat. Because you gained 3 pounds. That's a pound a week since you've been born. But he also has, like, milk-wise, that's something also that's, I feel like with my first son, I produced even more milk than I did this time around. But I'm still considered an overproducer. Every day I usually produce at least a minimum of 50 ounces of breast milk a day. And I don't say that just to be like, oh yeah, I'm cool, man. Like, no, because I have all of this breast milk in my freezer that I'm trying to figure out what I can do with, whether it's selling it to somebody that needs it or just giving it to a mom that has a newborn that just needs breast milk readily available, because I just have so much. Because in my freezer right now, I have probably about 100 ounces of breast milk in my freezer, another 70 ounces in my mom's freezer at her house. So I'm like, I have a lot of breast milk that I'm just trying to get rid of. But he went back to sleep, so it's 5:04. I am going to change his diaper, go get my other son. And when we get home, I gotta get something to drink, y'all. I've been drinking those Body Armors, and they're my favorite, but the only one I really like is the green one, the coconut one. And that one, I swear, that one works miracles for me with my supply. It really... 1 minute I just pumped, I swear 10, 20 minutes later I'm back to pumping another 5-7 ounces once I drink that green one. But that's just me, obviously. I love it. It's the green, I think it's the coconut. It's coconut something. Pretty sure it's coconut mango or coconut something. It's by Body Armor. It's in the green little bottle. Alright, Beanie, you gotta get a butt change, kid. Do a butt change, go get my kid, and be on our way. But thanks for those of you that stopped in and just chimed in here. This is what it's looking like postpartum. It's an honest kind of viewpoint. Obviously, I will do other videos around this topic, more vlogs. I just kind of took like a little bit of a break there because I was having just honestly a little bit of a rough time, and I felt like I wasn't really doing anything cool or fun or anything. So it's just kind of like, what the heck am I gonna vlog about? Like, I could have vlogged about, like, obviously my experience and, you know, how I was feeling that week just to go back for my own well-being. But I was just like, nah, it's cool, it's fine. I try to keep my videos always positive. But obviously there are going to be moments where it's like, okay, stuff happens, life happens, but we're just going to get over it, keep it moving, and we reflect. You know, you reflect, you know what happened, great. And then if you need to come back to it at another time, that's fine. But I just kind of go with the flow, and I'm not going to dwell on things. That's just how I am. I don't dwell on stuff because it's just, it gets on my nerves. I hate dwelling. Like, there's no point. There's nothing I can do to fix it. There's nothing I could have done differently or better. Like, it's done. It happened. I self-reflect. I adjust. If it happens again in the future, then I know how to handle it. Perfect. But thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Hope you guys have a great day. Alright guys, let's end this vlog so I can get this boy changed and go pick up the other boy. Go pick up Mullet Man.